Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Operations and one of the two Managing Directors for BNI Arizona. My partner in crime is Miss Carolyn Sabornik. We each support two of our BNI regions here for BNI Arizona and help support all 83 chapters that we currently have around the Valley, and supporting our brand new chapters that are launching around town as well. But every single week, I come to you providing a weekly education nugget called Wisdom Wednesday that counts as one chapter education unit for watching. So you'll want to log into your BNI Connect app and log that one chapter education unit for watching today's edition. If you want to check out past editions, you can type in Wisdom Wednesday in the search bar on this Facebook page, and past videos will pull up for you guys. So we are on a trend for the member extravaganza details. It starts next week, guys. Can you believe it? It's already here. We've been talking about it every week, and it starts on Monday. So any application dated between March 28th and June 3rd will go towards member extravaganza. So what does that get you? If you sponsor a new member into BNI, either your chapter or any other active chapter for BNI Arizona, will earn you one free month of membership for each new member that you share the gift of BNI with. So every single week, we've been going through the timeline for the education pieces for member extravaganza. But before we get started, I wanted to give you guys an update on some events that are going on around town. So on Monday, we have our monthly Elevate Leadership program, which is going back in person. We're so excited to be able to offer it back in person again. For the last 2 years, it's been solely online. We will still have an online option, but more and more people are signing up for the in-person portion. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great opportunity to network with fellow leaders from around the Valley, as well as connect with some amazing education by the one and only Mike Derryberry. And we're definitely going to be celebrating successes from chapters around town, all of the great stuff that you guys are continuously doing with all of your participation numbers and beating your goals month after month. This is just incredible. It's awesome to hear everything that's been going on around town. And for member success program training, so every single month we offer a new member success program training. Current members can also attend that. I know that I have attended probably about 15 or more times over the last 12 years, and I always learn something new. Plus, it's a great opportunity to network with the new members that have joined around town as well. So we have the opportunity through Zoom to do that once a month. Next month in April, we will be adding an in-person member success program training. Nate Dominguez will be adding that to the calendar very soon. We're just locking in location details and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. I will send out an email once we have it on the calendar. But because of member extravaganza, we are going to see a huge influx of visitors and new members attending all of our meetings around town. So we want to make sure that we have plenty of opportunities for those new members to really get caught up to speed and get set up for success for their new BNI journey. And if you have any questions about that, let me know. All right, guys, so now we're going to do a continuation of our education regarding member extravaganza. So one of the things that BNI Corporate has created is a 4-week timeline to lead you up to your open business day to really get the whole chapter together. If you notice, it's usually the same people that are always inviting visitors every single month. Let's spread the love, guys. Let's work together as a team, because what this is going to do, it's going to create more success for everyone in the chapter. And that is the whole goal between inviting visitors and growing the chapter. It's not for BNI, it's actually for your success. It's shown that even if a visitor doesn't join the chapter, just them visiting the chapter gives every member additional visibility for them and their business. They say on average, each business professional has about 250 contacts. Just inviting that professional to the room, because it's not up to us whether they join or not, or whether BNI is right for them, but just inviting them to the room to meet everyone, that builds so much visibility for everyone in the room. And it also builds your credibility for inviting them to the chapter to expand their network and to be able to, for the members, to be able to educate on who to look for, who to listen for, to potentially pass referrals to them. They say on average, a visitor spends about $1,500 worth of business to members in the chapter, even if they don't end up joining, because you never know when they hear of one of your weekly presentations, you never know where they're at or what situation they may come into, or what clients, customers they're connecting with, that if they hear your story and are able to connect with that referral, they're going to be automatically think of you to pass that potential referral to. So that is the whole reason why growth, guys. It's not for BNI, it's for your success and to grow your professional networks. So week 1, we are now on week 4, guys. Can you believe it? We're going through this information super fast. So I'm going to speed through weeks 1 through 3, just as a quick refresher of what we covered over the last couple weeks. So as you can see, there is a specific timeline. So it'll be up to the leadership team to determine the date of your open business day, or what they call on here, Visitors Day. And all of these education moments are going to be 4 to 5 weeks leading up to that big event. That week 5 is your big event. So it's important that we make sure to plan accordingly. So week 1, it was all about setting the goals, choosing the dates, working together as a team, setting your goals, and then also showing you guys the numbers behind hitting that goal number. So if the chapter goal is 10 new members, you can see how many applications, how many invites that each member will need to contribute to hit that goal. So this is why it's so important that we all work together, because if it's only the same people, if they're sending out that same number of invitations, they're doing triple the work. Whereas if every member just does a little piece of the work and helps everyone's success as a whole, it's a whole lot less work in the end. So we were then talking about identifying your 10 professions, which went into week number 2. So week number 2 is all about creating that top 10 list. Now, a lot of chapters have a chapter 10 list, but this specifically is your top 10 list, not the chapter's top 10 list, your own top 10 list. So every member is going to have their top 10 list. So you're going to want to make sure to use the tracking sheet. So as you can see on the sheet, every single week is broken down. So week 2 is just simply putting down your top 10 profession list for professions that you want to see being added into the chapter. Now, here's some places of ways to look for these people, either people you know, people you kind of know, or people you don't know yet. So going through your contacts, connecting with people through extracurricular activities that you're a part of, or even going through social media and connecting with a lot of professionals that you don't know yet. So the next piece is sending out invitations. We also have a lot of social media templates. If you go to bnibranding.com, all of these templates are available to use. We have email templates that you can copy and paste and send an email invitation to. You could even go through snail mail and send an actual letter to a potential visitor, which led us into week 3. So week 3 is the accountability piece for this whole process. So who are you inviting to the event? So week 3 is when all the names are due. So we've already created our top 10 list. Week 3 is where we put some names to those professions. So going through each of those connections, so people we know, people we kind of know, and people we don't know yet, and doing searches for people in those top 10 lists. So that way you can start putting names together associated with that top 10. You can share ideas, so different similarities. If the chapter, if a lot of people have pets, you can look into things outside the box, like connecting with a veterinarian, which then leads to more ideas such as dog groomer, pet food, dog walker, and even doggy daycare. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go through that category. We also covered on what should I say, using the GRIP method. Are you looking to grow your business right now? Do you get new clients through referrals? That's the magic R word, because we are not a leads organization, right, guys? We are a referral organization. We do not want to send cold call leads to our fellow members. We want to send those warm referrals to each other. The I is, can I introduce you to a group of people who might be able to help your business? And then the P is the place. So whether it's online or if it's in person, giving them the information for the actual location and letting them know that you hope that they can join for this special event. So now we are in week 4. This is the last week before the big day. So if you're in week 4, that means next week is the big event. So here's what we're going to do in week 4, guys. It's all about the phone calls. Crazy, huh? It tends to get lost, right? We don't do a whole lot of phone calls these days. It's been a lot of text messages or emails, just quick communications, but phone calls are key in this piece of the process. And it normally takes 20 to 25 minutes. That's the max. So it's not going to be a huge, long, like hours and hours of phone calls. It's just 20 to 25 minutes. Highly suggest time blocking. Time blocking is so crucial. It is my saving grace, is time blocking everything into my calendar. So this is where we're going to continue to send those invites using those templates or using your own scripts. And what are you looking forward to? So when through this big event, what are you as a member looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the additional connections that you can make, or even potential referral partners, brand new referral partners that you'll be introduced to? There's so many things to look forward to when it comes to these open business days, or what a lot of places call visitors days. So here is the scorecard, guys. And for week 4, we want to send out the first round of RSVPs. So that could definitely be through those email templates. And we also want to make sure that we are registering people. Registering everyone is going to be so crucial, especially to then let your leadership team know who is coming for that particular day. A lot of times we're going to have to let the venue know if we're going to have an influx of visitors, so that way they can be prepared on their end to have enough seating for everybody. And this will also be important if your leadership team notices that a ton of people are being registered. If your venue can't hold that many people, it could be an opportunity to where we may have to find a temporary location for your open business day, which is always a good problem to have. Because if your venue space is too small, it's the fishbowl effect, right? You can only grow as big as your room will allow it. So it might be a great opportunity to potentially look at new, bigger venues. So that way you can reach your growth goals that the chapter has. So second round of RSVPs is for phone calls to follow up with those potential visitors and let them know some details about the meeting, ask them if they have any questions, and set them up for success with letting them know that they're going to have the opportunity to give a 25 to 60-second presentation about their business. Because if they show up not knowing to be prepared for that, they might get a little nervous being put on the spot and front of a huge room full of people. So make sure that they are prepared as much as possible. Plus, it's always good to follow up with a phone call. So that way it's a good reminder for them that we are looking forward to seeing them at the event. So what can you say during this phone call? So here's a sample script of what that conversation may look like. And this says, Matt, I'm excited that you will be attending our Visitors Day event or Open Business Day event next week. We're looking forward to showing you what a meeting looks like and how BNI might help you and your business right now. Be sure to plan to stay for the entire agenda between 1.5 and 2 hours. Sometimes open business days do take a little longer, but chapters do still try to have a goal of keeping it within that 90-minute time frame. Unless you have a bigger chapter, it's always good to plan a 2-hour time frame for open business days. And then we will keep you engaged the entire time and just let them know thank you. We look forward to seeing you next week. So that's just a quick sample script of what you can say during that phone call. Super short and sweet, but letting them know to be prepared as well. So you can add in that additional information about preparing their weekly presentation. So next, we want to make sure to register our visitors in BNI Connect. So this is just one of the ways to register them through the main BNI Arizona website. You can click on your chapter's page and then have them click visit this chapter so that way they can register. As you can see on the right hand side, it'll have them put in their email address, which will then send them the email to confirm their registration because the system wants to make sure that they're not a robot. That's why it goes through that system. But you can also easily register them through the BNI Connect app. Just click on visitors, click on register visitor, and it'll have you type in some basic information. All you need to do is type in the information that has a red star next to it. So not everything needs to be filled out, but as much information as possible that you know would be perfect. But registering is going to be super important and will save your visitor, host, and leadership team's time on the back end when it comes to marking attendance for your big day. And once they're registered, they're going to receive a confirmation email with all the details. So if your chapter meeting is online, they will receive the online link, the Zoom link in the registration email. And if the chapter is in person, it will have the location details. So that'll be important. And if you register them early enough, it'll also send them a reminder email, which is also nice. All right, now we've sent out all the invitations. We're getting prepared for the event. So now it's time for you to prepare for the event. So here's some tips, guys. And these are really good tips for any weekly meeting outside of just an open business day, right? So we want to make sure that we're early because visitors, guess what, arrive early. So we want to make sure that we are there before the visitors so that way we can get them signed in the sign-in sheets, get them sticky name tags, all that good stuff. So members, make sure that you're arriving early. That 15 minutes of open networking is the time to be able to catch up with members and be introduced to visitors. You want to make sure to arrive at least 10 minutes prior to your open networking time. So you want to make sure to get there early so that way you're prepared. So here's a couple additional tips. Professional attire, that is huge. So professional attire according to your profession, right? I know that we've been on Zoom a long time. A lot of you aren't used to wearing pants. I get it. It's frustrating, right? But we want to make sure that we are dressed professional at these meetings. I've seen many people are starting to become a little lax in their attire. Remember, guys, this is a professional business meeting. It's not a relaxed like get together. So make sure that you're dressed professional for your attire. We're not asking for all of our pool professionals to show up in super professional attire. So to your profession, right? So make smart decisions, guys. Name badges. This is the perfect way for visitors to know who is a member and who is not a member. Did you know when all members are wearing their name tags, it actually gives the chapter a more professional kind of experience and more professional look when all of the members have their official name badges. So if you are a brand new member watching this, your name badges will be sent to your chapter president. They normally get sent out within a couple weeks after being inducted. They'll just get mailed right to the president. If you are a existing member and you're like, crap, I lost my name tag pre-COVID, like long time ago, not sure where it is. The great thing is you can order a new name tag. If you go to bniarizona.com, click on the resources tab, there is a name badge order form there if you've lost your name badge. So we're happy to get those sent out. My assistant Kim takes care of all of our name badge orders. Make sure that you're prepared for your weekly presentation. You're going to have a room full of amazing visitors for your event. You want to make sure that you are prepared to give a dynamic presentation for that week. You don't want to get up and just wing it and blow your chance to educate the entire room on that ideal referral to send your way. And make sure that we're actively being engaged in the meeting. Check with your leadership team to see if there's anything that you can help out with the event or helping out with visitors or anything that's going on for the event. So make sure that you're active. So these are some great tips, like I mentioned, for any weekly meeting. Being professional, your amazing name badge, your weekly, being prepared for your weekly presentations, and engaging with leadership, support team roles, and all of the different things that really create success for your weekly meetings. And of course, being early, guys. If your meeting starts at 8 a.m., you're late if you show up past 8 a.m. That 15 minutes of open networking is part of the meeting agenda. Did you know that? So it's not the opportunity to show up during that 15 minutes. That's part of the agenda. It's one of the biggest pieces of visibility that you'll actually get with the visitors. So make sure that you're there to maximize on that piece of the meeting agenda. And then that's it, guys. So then that's the next week is the big event. We're going to touch on follow-up next for next week's Wisdom Wednesday. If you have any questions about Member Extravaganza or about any of these 4 weeks of topics, feel free to let myself know or Carolyn. We're happy to help. But all of this information is available in the Leadership Team Google Drive folder, which I sent out to all presidents, vice presidents, and secretary treasurers. And I also sent it out to all of the education coordinators last week. So if you did not receive my email, let me know, send me a message or shoot me an email and I can forward that information to you. I sent it through BNI Connect notifications. So through the BNI system, not from my email directly. So it may have gotten put into spam or blocked. So let me know if you didn't get it, and I'm happy to resend that information over to you. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this week's edition of Wisdom Wednesday. If you have any questions, let me know. But remember to record 1 chapter education unit for watching. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next week.